Game it turned out to be in the Premier League. Leeds 3, Liverpool 3. Plenty for Yanis Mahalo to look back on what was an extraordinary match. What, aside from the first half, which was slower than the World Cup draw, nothing happened, no shots on target, and then it explodes into life after the break. Ekitike getting 2 goals, Leeds then getting it back to 2-2. Liverpool then obviously taking the lead, and you thought, wow, they finally managed to get that monkey off the back of going behind in games, but being able to go through and get the 3 points. But then late on, they concede the goal, and boy, does this feel like 2 points dropped for Liverpool, Yanis.
Yeah, it does. As you mentioned, it should have been an easy and quiet win, right? I mean, it's great for us to watch that after the first half that you've mentioned, but a 2-0 right away, very much needing points, not just Liverpool, but Schlott as well. That's criminal. It's absolutely criminal to concede the goals the way they conceded. Then a little bit of character, right? I mean, 3-2, and you say to yourself, "No, that has to be it." And it wasn't on a set piece where you look at that last goal, Tanaka absolutely free on the far post. So very disappointing for Liverpool, but certainly not surprising, right? They should have known. Leeds United were losing to Man City a couple of games ago to 2-0. Came back to 2-2. They ultimately lost that game late, but Leeds are Leeds, especially at home.
I think the thing is, Janis, once that penalty was given and converted, everyone watching thought Liverpool in trouble here because of what we've seen in the past. They look so fragile once conceding a goal. They were completely deft of any confidence. But then when they made it back to 3-2, you thought, oh, okay, maybe they've just turned a corner slightly here. But to concede in the manner they did late on to give away that equaliser is going to give Arne Slot even more nightmares.
Yeah, remember not long ago there were mentality monsters, right? I mean, that's
Yeah.
what under Klopp, but even last season on Schlott, I mean, they knew how to find a winner. Or very late in games, they sort of started that this season. Remember early on when they were winning the first 7 games in all competitions, I think they were scoring very, very late. You thought that character is still there, but it just goes to show then that even a club like Liverpool, with so many great players, so many players that they've bought, we've talked about it so much, can lose momentum like this, and that's just incredible, absolutely incredible, because this is going to sting, and this is something that we're going to talk about, not just the fans, but us. As it goes on, look then defensively. I mean, Liverpool conceded 24 goals. They scored 24 and conceded 24 goals. I think they conceded 41 all season last year. So I mean, it's been bad. And these 2 goals, once again, you look at Konaté for a penalty, and you have to look at Van Dijk and Konaté for that second goal. Third one, I don't even want to talk about because there's nobody there.
Let's talk about that first goal, because that was the real game changer you felt within this match. 2-0 up. Obviously, Ekitike takes both goals very well. And then you're in a situation where Konaté just dives in when it just seems completely unnecessary and so reckless at such a key part of the game.
Absolutely. People will say it's soft, and Yonto was looking for it. Fair play, right? But once you commit yourself like this on a sliding tackle, and remember, if you look at that, the ball was in play. Was he ever going to catch up? People will say no. But if he doesn't make that challenge, then I'd like to think that Yonto stops that ball, right? And if you look at Upamecano, my apologies, Konaté, I mean, he raises his leg a little bit in the end there. So I can understand as a player that it's on the softer side, but still a foul. And as you said, absolutely unnecessary.
And it's not only Konaté, but Van Dijk obviously has received his critics, particularly over recent weeks. And as you say, for the second goal, once again, the Liverpool back to just not at their best.
Yeah, and look how many players they've had in the penalty area. Because remember, when Stock starts dribbling, I think it was Curtis Jones that absolutely overcommitted there, right? He gets by him, and then you have both Konaté and Van Dijk stepping up, but very, very late. I think, and I haven't had a chance to look at it very closely, but I think at the very least, Konaté maybe had Calvert-Lewin behind him. So let's just say that he thought there was a player, but Van Dijk needs to step up, and needs to step up quickly. I mean, he's the leader. He's been the best central defender to Sam for many, many years. And, just like everybody else, he's struggling. That's what happens. It doesn't matter how good you are. It doesn't matter how much you cost. When you struggle the way Liverpool are struggling right now, where, I mean, Anfield's not a fortress, conceding leads, early goals, late goals, many goals, that's not what Liverpool has been known in the last few years.
Where's Arne Slot getting it wrong, Janis?
You know what? I think he's panicking. He has no idea what to do. I mean, when you look at these players, I think he tries to fit players in wrong spots, as we all know that. Even today, I mean, here we are. Might as well talk about it. I mean, treatment of Salah. I mean, he doesn't go on the pitch today at 2-0. That's the best moment, probably, right? Because you got to be thinking to yourself, away 2-0. We're going to see this game through. Let's see if we can get him going. Let's see if we can get him firing, right? I mean, he hasn't been the worst player. I agree that at times you have to take a player out, right? He's done that once against Sunderland. Was the second time he came in at halftime. But look, I mean, you need Salah. He was the best goal scorer last season, right, in this league. Isak was second. He's struggling as well. So trying to fit all these players and not dealing with, you look at right back, right? I mean, he's not trusting anybody there. He's been playing Szoboszlai, their best player this season so far there. So I think he has no idea. That's panic. That's when a manager doesn't really know what to do and how to fix it.
So that future isn't bright for Liverpool then?
No, not for the season. I mean, I think we all knew that, right? It doesn't take this game that, Liverpool, obviously, there's some expectation when you win it last season and you buy so many good players. Yeah, sometimes it takes time for them to fit in. But, to be playing like this, as I've mentioned, nothing's working. I mean, every player that they've bought is struggling. There isn't one player that you can say, okay, it's getting better. Florian Wirtz from time to time looks good. But look, then at Leverkusen last season, I think 16 goals, 15 assists, no goals, no assists this season. I mean, you gotta have something. You gotta have something to show for. I know that there are moments every game where he looks the part, but that's not enough.
Ekitike, though, you could argue has been the one bright spot, 2 goals today. Is he a better striker than Isak at the moment?
Well, he is. He's scoring. But again, up until that, 2 massive mistakes, right? I mean, he jumped on it and he pounced on it and took advantage of it. But, we can't say that he's been great as well. He's been probably the best of them all, the new players. It has to be said. But at this moment, Isak, obviously, whatever happened before the season, the lack of preseason, the expectations, the biggest transfer ever in the Premier League. And again, I mean, we can be making excuses here for all these players, but this is the 16th game. You got to find a way, and Schlotter's got to do it. I mean, it's his responsibility to put players in a position to prosper. I think he can do that, but the rest of the players have to do it themselves.
What makes you think Slot can do it, Jan?
What makes me? I'm sorry, Dan.
What makes you think that Slot can do it? You just said there that you believe that he can turn it around.
Well, I mean, because I'm always of the belief that when you have quality and great players, eventually that's going to work. I mean, if you don't have that, then we don't have a conversation. But it is Liverpool. It's going to be too late because success to Liverpool obviously probably means fighting for Champions League and for the Premier League title, at least defend it. So that's not going to happen. I think we all know that. But I think the season can be turned around. Looking at Champions League here, another massive game coming up midweek away to Inter, right? But in Arsenal and Manchester City, of course, their goal is at the very least that. So that's that, and the Champions League. That's a massive competition, of course. And if they were somehow to win it, it doesn't look that way for now. But if everybody starts firing, or at least playing up to their level, of course it's possible because the quality is undeniable, with the exception of the back four. And that's the big if, because, even if Van Dijk and Konaté start playing better, Kerkers has been disappointment. Robertson hasn't taken advantage of that. At right back, you don't have Frimpong there, obviously. But, still, if it's Bradley or Szoboszlai or Joe Gomez, right now, Schlott, as I've said, probably doesn't trust anyone back there.